you. Thank you.
Hello! Hello, 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 hello. I don't know how the lo-fi is sounding. I'm hoping it sounds good. Please tell me if it sounds bad. How is everyone doing? I saw someone in town at the weekend with an OWO face mask. Oh, cripes. That makes sense. My friend's girlfriend has a big, like, sharp clown teeth smile face mask. She had this fantastic beach outfit with a huge hat, bikini top, long dress, and then just like this terrifying mask. It's so funny. How? I know Sophie would want that information. Thank you, Locan. Very good. How is everyone doing? I hope this pink light doesn't make me look too lopsided. I feel like this is why I don't usually do like one-sided lighting in my videos. I'm worried about looking really, really asymmetrical. Anyway. I bought a lyre and I'm learning to play. That's very cool. Hecking tired. Hello, Frodo the. So I've got this situation with the streaming at the moment, and I need to tell you about it. It's just a small technical difficulty. It's nothing like the old problems we used to have with streaming. But it's basically only one of the two screens of the gaming PC has speakers built in. And that's also the screen that we played the PlayStation through. So when we're doing a stream like this, where we've got the capture card running the PlayStation, streaming it, we can't hear what's going on the other screen. In other terms, what's happening on the PC. In other terms, what's actually coming out in the stream. So the consequences of this are, I can't tell how loud music is relative to my voice. I will often forget to change audio that is on the PC because I can't hear it. And I mean, those are the two main things. There are some other smaller, just annoying little things, but like those are the two main things. And they're not that big. They're not that big a deal. Hopefully in the next few weeks we'll get some speakers, some nice speakers for the gaming PC, and we will be able to hear any audio even when it's only running the bad, only running the speakerless screen. We'll have our speakers. Anyway, that was a very boring update, but I just wanted you to all know if I leave the lo-fi on by mistake or something, that's why. That's why. Right. So, who wants to see a Witcher sword? I think it might be Twitch. It's buffering here as well. Oh no! Is our internet no good? Are people not getting the stream through? People who are getting the stream cleanly, please leave messages in chat. If you can actually hear me and see me speaking right now. Oh, Lorcan, you're getting clean stream, which you never usually do. Okay, that's interesting. Clearly, Twitch has decided to stream directly to Lorcan and no one else. Well, I want people to be watching cleanly because I want to show everyone the sword. Stream is mostly working okay, but occasionally pauses for a sec. That's no good. That's no good. Okay. Here's the sword. Hey, Jolly Jelly 12. I think I was saying Jelly Jelly 12 on the last stream, and I'm really sorry for that. I just couldn't. I saw the O as an E. Oh, there's the sword. There we go. Woo! It's Geralt's Witcher sword. I got it for my Geralt costume. How's that? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Are you going for the sword lesbian vibe? Exactly. Natalie said, you're a sword they now. That's pretty good. It's totally just a prop. It's like completely blunt. Like completely. But it's still hefty. It's actually quite nicely balanced. I don't know if any of you know about swords, but basically a sword should, the center of gravity, you can generally feel this, or the tipping point, I guess, people who don't know, should be just about here, just above the handle. And it is, it's pretty good. But other than that, yeah, it's just such a complete prop. Like, the blade, I don't know if I can get to do this, the blade wobbles a little, because that's how much it's like, it is just like stainless steel, and it's just basically a very big, expensive butter knife. But I'm enjoying it a lot. And for people who are patrons, I did a screen test today of my Geralt costume, and I thought it was very successful, and so people can see that. It's only a 16-second clip, but you can see the costume, if you want to, on my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. For others who want to get access to some early content, we are producing a cover of everyone's favorite ballad. Speaking, of course, of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. Why has the lo-fi... The lo-fi looks like it's stopped completely. Oh, it's back, okay. Maybe now it's too loud. Not sure. Whatever. If I recall correctly, those replica swords from movies and such are legally sold as cutlery in the US. That's very funny. Extreme novelty cutlery. Anyway, yeah, besides that, another reason to go sign up to the old Patreon is that we're making, Natalie was just recording, just before this, a cover of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, which will be the credits of the video. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. And we're gonna produce like a video for it. I don't mean that we'll produce a whole music video. We've just been filming her singing, and that's pretty much it. But we'll put out the full track on Patreon. We want a video of you cooking, but only with the sword. Nice. Toss a coin to your Thema. Nice. I dig that. The sword scared away the buffer gremlins. Nice. Okay. Did anyone miss out on the sword because Twitch was buffering? I can show off the sword again if anybody missed out on it. Okay. Alright. Let's start playing some Witcher. Let's turn off the lo-fi. I'm going to remember to do that even though I can't hear it. That's my advanced strat. Stream management, good for me. Okay. Let's play some Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Woo! Okay. Everyone tell me how loud the game is relative to the to my voice audio, by the way. In case there's any issues.
I see you gathered before me. Hungry, terrified, clutching your veins to your every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains, ragged and ravenous, violence and fights away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic. Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the minor king.
You think my mic is picking up the game audio? Okay. How's that now? Is it still doing it?
Unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves, did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous rituals.
Oh, see your pronouns. Thanks for hanging. Oh, thank you. Alright, I'm tired of this jabroni. Let's go. Let's heckin' go.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. He'd eluded him for years.
I think the mic's audio is higher than the actual audio. What the fuck?
Many trials.
What the fuck is that?
Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
That's really fucking annoying. Alright, where are we up to? Oh right, we did the griffin thing already. Oh, I think I just glitched my horse. That was silly. Well, how is it sounding now? Do you think it's still picking up the mic? Do you think the mic's still picking up the game, rather? I'm trying to remember the basic controls. Oh, I got him. Oh shit. Okay.
Go.
Let's go.
Geralt, I get it. You want to go. Still picking it up. Oh god. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna turn the game audio a bunch down. This is a consistent problem we have with streaming the PS4. Okay. Okay. How about now? Is it still picking it up? The mic audio seems very high, and I'm wondering... That seems strange, because like I can't really hear the game very much right now. And I'm wondering if there's something else going on.
Go.
Let me turn up the sound of the game through the stream too. Okay. Oh shit, okay. What is my mission at the moment? Prepare to leave White Orchard with Vesemir. You know, there are Gwent cards to collect that you can only get in White Orchard. Although you can return there later. No, anyway, still, I should figure out my plan there. We can hear your game through your microphone, and then, with a slight delay, the sound from the game. Sounds like the mic gain is too high. Please try and describe the experience you guys are getting, because I'll be able to tell better through what you say about what you're experiencing, what's going on, than you guys trying to tell me what's going on my end, because you don't know. Like, you won't know for sure what's going on my end, you know? Okay. I can check out my Gwent deck in. Oh yeah, I can. Cool. Okay. I don't want to make you guys hear everything twice. I want to have like a clean stream, so you guys are still hearing everything twice. Didn't mean to come up across. It's totally fine. Everything's completely fine. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Okay. I can barely hear the game at all. So, if you're hearing the game, an echo of the game, I'm trying to figure this out now. Okay, the audio that's in sync with the video for the game, that's just coming through, that's the normal, that's the right one. Double the audio, double the streaming. And then if there's an echo, that would be my mic. So, can you guys still hear the echo? Try and make some sort of noise.
Come on now. Come on now.
You hearing an echo of any of that? You did something and it stopped, and then you clicked again and it came back. Right, but that was just me muting my mic, so that's not a good solution.
Not so fast, Roach.
Not so fast, Roach.
That's it, Roach.
That's it, Roach.
Whoa there, Roach.
Whoa there, Roach.
Not so fast, Roach.
Not so fast, Roach.
Let me try something. He said the words twice. That is so weird. I really just don't know what's going on with that, because I do... I don't know. That's all just very strange to me. Because it is so quiet, it really feels like the game audio is like too quiet for me to even hear, so I'm really shocked at the idea that it's being picked up by the mic right now. Okay. Okay, I've changed it over to headphones. I'm gonna turn it back up. Hopefully we can now have it fairly loud, actually. And still not getting a mic echo. How about now, guys? What mic am I using? It's a Blue Snowball USB mic. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Dismount, hold circle, there it is. Oh. See, if you look real close, if you look real close there at our boy, what he's got right there, what he's got right there, that's it's one of those. It's one of those right there. Okay. Is the mic echo still happening? I hope not, because it should be fixed. Doesn't seem to be any game audio. What, at all? Ah, beans. But no echo either. Well, cool. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so what I've done is I'm listening to the PS4 audio now. But I guess that just means I can't... Oh my god. Why is streaming with a capture card such a fucking awful garbage mess? Right. That's no good. Abandon, abort, terrible. That'll do. We need you to beatbox every sound effect.
Nilfgaardian rule to your liking?
What's there to like? 'Tis the same as any other. They tax us, requisition this or that. But they do keep the peace in the village, I'll grant them that.
You don't mourn to
See, this is what I mean. If the mic is,
When King Foltest was cut down. Now...
if the mic is consistently
Now
picking
I
this
just
up, then you
want
guys are just
peace.
gonna, like, conversations are gonna be awful, like, with an echo going on like that.
Farewell.
Console capture cards and audio issues, name a more iconic duo. Yeah, it would be hard. I completely agree. Alright. Oh, there's another door over here. Yeah, it's not doing anything. The game audio is better now, but the mic is quiet. Yeah, that's just basically because I turned down the mic, hoping that it wouldn't be as loud an echo if I did that, but God, I just don't know what to do to fix this. This is a nightmare. I don't get why it's picking up the game audio so loudly when, like, it's really just not that loud for me at all. Okay. Let me try. Oh fuck, I dropped my controller. Okay. Let me try keeping the mic quiet, but just being really close to it. Okay. And I mean, speaking of getting speakers so that I can hear the PC properly, that's going to not help this problem, is it? Okay. Where's that guy who can play Gwent with? He used to be over here. That's not him, is it?
I'll rip off your melon and shit down your neck!
Yeah, let's say that's not him.
I'll rip off your melon and shit down your neck!
Maybe it would work if you listen through the PC instead of the controller? I mean, maybe. Hang on. But like, that doesn't... Not that like tech solutions ever make sense, but yeah, it's not... I don't see why that would make any sense, so... I don't really expect that to be the solution. TBH. My PC isn't even detecting my headphones right now anyway. Okay. I guess I'm just ready to leave White Orchard.
Jennifer's in Vizima. Got a few friends there, so... Something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Tamaria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe. I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
Well,
What happened to the lilies?
Took 'em down.
how's the audio now?
Took 'em down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you? Do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to
Let
my sister
go!
attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt!
That's
Leave me be!
Recognize this
Yeah, I know
medallion?
now you've moved
You know what it
on.
means.
This is-
Back off.
ridiculous.
You alright?
They say witches steal young'uns. That true? What the Emperor promise you, freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere. And neither are you.
Great.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
Off your melon and shit down your neck! Son of a...
Who's next?
Loving these bandits. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. I'm loving these bandits level 44 with the new plus. That's really good.
Witchcraft! Fuck!
Did you start the place for Oda? No, it's the same one, which is just like last stream I stayed in the same area, so I just looped around back to the... This is the bit where...
It's
I'm
alright.
like-
It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
See his face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna listen to the playback of the stream
That brawl, we didn't start it.
To decide how awful it is and whether it needs serious attention. I'm sorry if that
Excuses,
then
excuses.
a ton of troubleshooting.
You've not changed a
instead of
bit.
Fun stream.
Yen? How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I might have waited until you found me, but... well, you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit. It's... good to see you, Geralt. I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
How did you imagine it?
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
What does Nilf mean? It means Nilfgaardian I'd like to fuck. Hey, how is the audio now? Because I think I just realized what the problem was.
Spent the last 6 months in the saddle. Haven't
That
seen you for 2
probably just
years.
solved the
Can we
echo,
take a moment
too.
to...
Sadly, we cannot. Someone awaits you, Geralt. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting. Emperor Emir var Emrys, or to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
Yep.
I didn't,
Okay.
though I could have.
Okay. Okay, that, I realized what the problem is, and I fixed it, I think, and it was that the PC was trying to take in audio through the wrong microphone. Kill me! Ah! Okay, there we go. There we go, everybody. Oh Christ, this is still playing my stream through my phone. Okay. Shit! Okay. Hooray! I fixed it. Oh, I just wanted to add one more thing. Vesemir just said, the kind of offer you can't refuse, which is a reference to The Godfather. You know, Vesemir's favorite movie, The Godfather. Anyway.
Must have been a damn good offer then. Not many things you'd give up your freedom for, and even fewer people.
The sooner we set off, the sooner you'll find out.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the Emperor's invitation mentioned me. Besides, I've got things to
Vesemir
do
is a
at Kaer
cinephile.
Morhen, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
He's
Thanks
like
for
a
your help,
Reddit
Vesemir.
cinephile.
See
He's
you
like
soon.
seen Quentin Tarantino and like
How's
The
your horse?
Godfather. And he
Swift?
thinks that he
Can't
like
complain.
has
Why do
film
you ask?
opinions.
I'd like to be
But
back
whenever he
behind
encounters
some
someone
thick
who like
city walls
goes to film
as soon as
festivals,
possible.
he just like feels angry and embarrassed. I have a promising future in IT. That was a very frustrating fix. Oh boy. I might even be able to... Just tell me if the echo comes back now, but I might even be able to just have it further away from me again and not worry about it. Yeah, just tell me if the echo comes back. It might do. It's fine if it does, I'll just put it back close to me. Ugh. Got a few more viewers now. Does everyone want to see the sword? Give me a sword in chat if you want to see the sword.
I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
But then...
Ride now!
Dog hell!
I find the wild hunt really interesting. By the way, tell me if the echoes come back. I find the wild hunt really interesting now that I know that they are... So this is from the last book in the series, but like, they're just a bunch of elves. They're just a bunch of elves from one of the parallel worlds of the Witcher universe. They're not like ethereal demonic spirits or something. Like, that's kind of covered in this game.
How big? We shall talk
like
of
when,
this tomorrow,
like
all right?
kind of, but
after the audience.
There's still a lot of mystique around them that makes it feel like maybe they are like uber powerful ghost kings.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After
Okay, how's that?
Trials and tribulations,
How's
Geralt
that
finally learned that
now?
Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Seeing a few swords in chat. Alright. Alright. Here's the sword again. I got this for my Geralt costume. It's Geralt's Witcher sword from The Witcher 3. It arrived today. I'm very excited about it. Oh, it's really hard to pull out of the scabbard. Pretty good, right? I was saying before, it's completely a prop sword. So it's just stainless steel, totally blunt, and like, it wobbles even.
It must suffice.
So it's just basically a very large and expensive butter knife. I love it.
Think of your cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
In that chair.
Bath scene, bath scene.
Save the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
Ideally, it would duck the game audio when you talk. Yeah, I can look into that.
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Been on the road a while. Fine. Do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
And prepare to answer some questions.
General, I am not certain this is the appropriate time.
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba Division. Before they take you in to see the Emperor, there's some information I need you to verify. It's a formality, but one that must be seen to.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt
Place
of
birth,
Rivia.
Parents unknown, age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
Oh, right, the stuff from Witcher 2. Yeah, I killed that guy.
Full test ordered me to clear the path. The boy stood in my way.
Cutting down the La Valette air. This made no impression on you? I suppose it wouldn't. What's some baron to an assassin of kings? Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam.
Oh, I can't pause it. Oh, that's so annoying. I'll wait until the next dialogue choice. Okay. Does everyone like my elf eyebrows? I did them especially for the Witcher stream. I thought these were good pointy little elf eyebrows. Okay. Let's go back to it. Whoop! I joined Yorvith.
I left Flotsam with Yorvith, commander of a Scoia'tael unit.
A slayer of monsters and a slayer of men. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me...
What do your elf eyebrows see?
Go on, next question.
I think the brow should be in brackets, right? It should be eyebrows.
Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin. You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
I mean, I did have to save Triss, but I think I also helped Yorvith lift the spell that held Saskia, right? No, wait. Shit, which thing did I do? Oh, guys, I don't understand the question. Ah! I killed, yes, Saskia. She was a dragon, and I killed her. I think I'm...
The mighty had imprisoned Triss Marigold. Ought to know I care about her, and I tend to rescue those I care about.
Okay.
And so you did, handing Radovid control of the Conclave and Council of Mages in the process.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
Did I help Sheila escape? I think I did.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure the paperwork's in order now.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches included.
Did I kill Letho? I think I let Letho go.
That an ongoing alliance? What's Letho up to?
I had hoped you would answer that question.
Ah, so Letho's hiding from you. Must have a good reason. Was there a shift in national interest that might have caused that?
The Vembo pills are working. What's this? This is so rude.
Blade or no blade.
I actually can't watch back the clip because of the no audio on the PC right now. What is the clip?
Truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here and
with these
I assume it's just me going, I have no idea what I did. Help. I know nothing. I'm an idiot.
An important matter.
It's you going, ah! Okay, that makes sense.
Assistance.
Shame. I might have given you some advice. So long, Geralt. Good luck with your audience.
Okay.
Feels more like I'm being readied for a wedding.
Were that so, I would have prepared the gentleman a frock, a tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will choose from these garments.
Nah, okay.
Black, black, or black?
I can clip you going, I know nothing there, dude, that's true.
Colors in Nilfgaard. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.
Okay, yeah, so the world of Witcher, if you're going to be sticking around for this playthrough, I may as well explain. All fantasy myths and fantasy races and folklore and fairy tales are all true. Some of them have been exaggerated or changed or something like this. For example, like in the books, like there is a guy who is in love with a mermaid. It's not very romantic. It doesn't end well, but Jaskier says that he'll write a little ballad about it, and you know that that's going to be the Little Mermaid. I like that one. I don't like that one at all. Quite like that one. I don't really see the difference between these two on the ends, though. It's like an intense spot the difference. I'm really not seeing it. Is this not just the same outfit twice? No, there's stripes on this one. I'll use my Witcher senses to tell. There's stripes on that one. And I think the belt goes the other way. Okay, I like the stripey one. So, all the fantasy stuff exists, but it existed in other worlds or spheres, and there was an event called the Conjunction of the Spheres where the worlds collided, but not into our world, but instead some humans and some other fantasy races came into the world of The Witcher, which was originally an elven race's world. This elven race was called the Anshid. There are other elven races. One of them is called the NL. They'll be relevant to this game. That's the elven race that the Wild Hunt come from. But so like humans, vampires, gnomes, dwarves, dragons, unicorns, all this shit like came into the Anshid's world, and humans, being the stand-in for white people, did what they do and colonized the entire planet and genocided the elves. And that's basically all the historical setting you need to understand The Witcher, I think. Just trying to think if there's anything else like glaringly important. I guess the other thing you need to know is that it is a good and positive, progressive allegory. So it is sympathetic to the native peoples, except the games are a little more centristy. But that's kind of that's kind of most of it. Okay. I have to dress myself. What a hassle. Having to dress myself. Gosh. Gamers aren't used to this. Wait a second, what the fuck? Must be wearing Witcher gear. Damn it! I wanted to dye my towel, my loin towel. The humans oppressed basically... The humans oppressed other races too. Yeah, so other races are just generically called non-humans, except for races that are perceived as not having any kind of sentience, and those are just called monsters. But in many cases, monsters do actually have sentience, and that's just like an even further degree of like the colonialism of humans.
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
A studded doublet and a sword on my back. That's what would satisfy me.
Oh, by the way, the sword on the back? I tried this out with the sword.
It's a saying. So what now?
With the sword?
Out of my nose.
It's fucking terrible. Confirmed my suspicion. You absolutely cannot draw a sword that's sheathed on your back. It sucks. It's fucking terrible. I assume it's just a travel thing, like you keep it on your back while you're traveling, and then you'd have it like in a drawable position when you're ready to fight.
Confirm away.
This made me like legit worried.
Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Playing this the first time through, this made me legit worried. I was like, is my bow going to be super important? Will I just like soft lock the game if I don't pay attention to the bow? Left leg forward, right hand on chest. That sounds right. He just does it like he's doing a fucking dab.
Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of more things. Come with me.
I'm pretty sure that's mostly a video game trope, and they mostly wore scabbards on the hip in medieval times. I believe so too, but like I'm saying, like, for travel or whatever. Okay, so like, in the show, for example, they just repeatedly show Geralt having just like a bundle of his stuff, like his swords and knives or whatever. Yeah, just like in a bundle, in like a travel sack that he has with him. Like when he approaches the bridge in the Striga episode, and he's confronted by Foltest, he puts his travel sack full of swords to one side, right? When he is in the second episode and he meets Jaskier for the first time, he's dining in the inn in Posada, he has them all like sitting next to him, you know. Yeah, comparatively, like the video game stuff, they do have him just like walking around with it on all the time like that, and then like when he goes into battles, he's like drawing it, and it just doesn't really make much sense. I think there's even repeated stuff in the show where he like unsheaths it, but just like by picking up the scabbard, taking it off, and just like throwing away the scabbard, which makes honestly a lot more sense.
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with
Swords stay
respect.
swallowed when not in use. I'm trying to remember if there's more Witcher lore that's sort of necessary. There's like themes that are kind of necessary. Like, for example, there's a whole bunch of stuff about fate, like destiny versus free will, which is a narrative device that they kind of use to examine self-fulfilling prophecies in society. So like when people treat you a certain way, it creates an antagonism, and then you're, you know, society's bad guy, and then that's like you know, it puts you into a social role. Like they use this kind of stuff. Just trying to think what else. Oh, there is another thing. So there's the history, there's also the future. So there is like a there's like an apocalypse that's meant to be coming to all of the different worlds.
I thought you bowed before no man.
Which is like, it's kind of funny. It's like a climate change. It's like a global warming allegory, but it's literally an ice age. So it's like, it's just literally an ice age like you should expect to have like happen. Without human influence. So it's like their global warming allegory instead of like warming is just the world gets frozen over.
You will find her and bring her to me.
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
Do you believe I drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
I had forgotten how
Oh, last quick things. Ciri is Geralt like claimed her in a very Rumpelstiltskin kind of way, where she's like bonded to him by destiny, and then he raised her. She does view him as her father, but the Emperor is actually her father, and he killed her mother, and he's a bad dude. And he, because of a magical prophecy, wants to marry her and have her baby, because he believes that he can rule the entire world if he does that. And what else? A whole bunch of other people do as well in the books. Yeah. basically the final book comes down to like 3 or 4 different factions all trying to kidnap Ciri and have her baby so they can rule the world.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts
Such a
me.
good painting.
Yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
Save your generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
Have you ever played Deus Ex Mankind Divided? I've played a bit of one Deus Ex, and the entire franchise reeked of straightness to me, and also some really complex and shady ableism.
Disgusts.
Need not bother. And it's past noon.
Oh, and it's past noon.
What? Do you know who you're talking
Typical.
to, soldier?
He's getting away. It's just jog to catch up. There we go. How so? Because the cyborgs are like the oppressed ones, which makes no fucking sense because they have superpowers. Like like I said, it's complex. I'd have to like make an entire script to talk about it, and I haven't played the game through to the end and have no intention of doing so. So, there's also some weird shit where just like just some like playing out in the open ableism too, where like for example a guy was like, you're not going schizo on us, are you? Or shit like this, and it's just like really gross. So there's some more straightforward stuff, but there's also like more complicated stuff. It's just like, yeah, like I say, they're treating cyborgs as this like kind of racism, queer phobia, ableism allegory, but it actually completely backfires because like if you show these oppressed, like marginalized identities as opt-in groups that have like upsides and downsides, it's like what? And then also it's supposed to be a race allegory. It's like, as with a lot of the stuff, I feel like it's a few different allegories. It might be race primarily, but like also it goes really explicitly with like there being like a sinister cabal of shady puppet masters controlling things from the shadows. Not good. Not good.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to.
I can't remember who, but
Now do you understand why
someone on my stream chat was like shocked that I didn't like get with Yennefer on my first playthrough of this. I didn't stream this first playthrough, I just did on my private playthrough. And it's just really simple. Triss is nice to you, and so is someone that it would be like conceivably possible to want to get with, and Yennefer is not nice to you. It's like, with all the lore and having like read all the books now, and I've also decided on this playthrough I'm going to be getting with Yennefer because I want to see how the story is different. You know, it's a different you know, I can see now with all that, with all the history and whatever, but just going in completely blind, like, especially if you had played the previous 2 games, like Yennefer isn't in those games, like, but even just going in blind to just the 3rd one on its own, Triss just is nice to you. She just is uncomplicatedly nice to you, and where your relationship is hard, it's because of, like, just strains, just natural, organic strains, not just her being, like, a weird dickhead.
So they're our agents now? My, you've clearly settled in quick.
Geralt, don't twist my words. I know who Emir is. He started this war and its bloodshed. He had my friends killed. But I haven't any other choice. So please, let's not belabor the pros and cons and instead focus on finding Ciri. All right?
Right. Emir said the Wild hunts after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Yennefer has nice hair. She does have nice hair, that's true. But I'm just talking in character, in terms of character development. It's really clear that Yennefer is this, like, lovers to enemies trope.
I knew the Wild Hunt might send
in the books, she's that less so. Like, it's just like,
I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
It's a more complicated thing. There's this kind of other trope that's less well recognized, which is like permanent exes. Like, their time together that was good was right at the start and very brief, and then they're just this like on again, off again ex-lovers relationship the whole rest of the time. And then so in the game, but then, like I say, in the games it's just a lot more like she's just really mean, and you just have to, like, press through her being mean in order for her to be nice to you at all. And it's just like, well, I don't want that. That sucks. That's just terrible.
So where's Ciri been seen exactly?
In 2 places, Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun, your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure, she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse?
Right, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. He had actually lost his memory, and she's just like, really? Oh, okay then. It's like,
I don't wish to
well,
hear it.
you're just writing this woman to be a total dickhead. Like, what?
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Velen, get you
I think
there
there's an
at
argument
once?
that Triss has issues with consent. Yeah, it's pretty fucked, actually, like what she does in The Witcher 1. But The Witcher 1 is fucked in, like, an enormous amount of ways. Like, for example, the sex cards. So, like, okay, I guess I find it very weird to frame it like Triss has issues with consent, like that character has a problem, like, it's not a consistent, in terms of, like, Geralt's choice, it doesn't, it's not a consistent character flaw or something. It's a one-time thing that's part of the janky, awful writing of a pretty janky, awful game, TBH. And I would absolutely see it as a thing to criticize about. Go in the thing. Oh, I forgot it did that. That's so funny. It just dumps you in the next room. Yeah, it's something to criticize about Witcher 1. It's not something to criticize about Triss's character, you know.
Shame I have no time.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh.
With them both wearing the Nilfgaardian doublets, this guy just looks like he's like concept art Geralt.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
Okay. Alright. One sec, pals. I'm just going to swip over to the intermission screen. Blip, 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 blip. And I guess also put the lo-fi back on. I'll just be a couple minutes. Sorry about this. Hello, I'm back. And lo-fi is off. And and showing you the sword again. Woo! Oh, it's so hot. It gets to this point in the scabbard and it just gets stuck. Woo! There we go. I added this close-up angle so that I can do close-ups on the stream now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyway. There you go, everyone. There's the sword. It's got, like, dwarven runes on it or something. It's pretty cool. Anyway. That's for my Geralt costume. I dig it. Whoop. Okay. I'm just very excited about this. It arrived today. It's got like little wolves on the pommel, which I think is really cool. Cutting down the turfs. Parody in Minecraft, in a video game. Okay, let's carry on. What was I gonna do just now? Shit, I really had something in mind. I guess that's what it was. I had a notification pop up on the screen. I get so many scam emails that are trying to pretend to be PayPal, and I just don't get who. Whatever. I know how scams work. They are deliberately looking for people who are like foolish enough to fall for it. That's the point. So, fine. Fine. Okay. Oh. Okay. Back to it. Natalie is making a sourdough loaf, by the way. By the by, everybody. Everybody. Oh, I had a really stupid stream tech problem for the first like 15 minutes of the stream.
Is it true?
There was an echo going through because it was on the wrong mic.
As hen as queen.
Yeah.
That's so annoying.
It was really very annoying, yes.
I hate that shit.
Yep, it was gross. Oh, I can just go back to White Orchard. Oh, wait, this is maybe because of the... No, I haven't got any discovered signposts yet, that's what it is. That makes sense. Okay, so I can go into White Orchard, because I've got discovered signposts there. That makes sense. That makes sense. World map. Let's go to No Man's Land.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited. Something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
I'm purposely paying attention, barely paying attention to the story, so I have fun playing it myself. I mean, I'm going to be talking about it the whole time through as well. Like, you can just... I don't know. I won't be offended if you just skip the Witcher streams. If it's a game you're, like, intending to play yourself. Making that dough?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It is a shame that they recycled character models, because I feel like other than that, this game is absolutely stunning. And I just feel like that's such a... Yeah, that's such a specific shame. And they just didn't need to... I don't know. Well, it's just like they've done it to such a degree as well. Like, you can understand why they do it for just like random background villages. It's just like, that's every game, you know? Like, okay, the background villagers are all just the same people, like repeated over and over again. That's fine. I'm not asking the earth of them here, but like, it's like that thing I explained before. There's the Baron's daughter in the first like main quest or whatever, and the only part I understand of this is Ensheed and Doina. Oh, and Scoia'tael. I'm gonna take this and then try and figure out later. Kind folk, for lack of better fare, I fed my young'uns pancakes made of ground acorn. The poor tykes have lain on the straw for 3 days since, their bellies growling something awful, getting sick and crying without end. If you know how to help, come by my hut. I've naught to give in return but a warm word and a prayer of thanks, Vissy. I can go do that. 'Twill soon be Forefather's Eve. Tormented souls, souls who've not known rest after death, hungry, tired, scared ghosts, they'll soon walk among us. We'll carve the jacks and send them into the next world with chant, prayer, and kind words. Prepare yourselves, the Pella. Guide wanted. I've need of a man to guide me and my family across the Pontar. 5 of us in all, me, my wife, 3 young'uns, but they's calm, not the crying or yelling sort. This is the thing I was talking about on the last stream when we were discussing Witcher accents, or like what different accents mean in the in the British context, and how peasants in fantasy media have all the same accent that doesn't quite exist in the real world because it's a conglomeration of every rural accent in Britain. Because it's just meant to be what all the rural areas sound like, but realistically none of them sound just like that. So you've just got, I've need of a man to give I've need a man to guide me and my family across the Pontar. 5 of us in all, me, my wife, 3 young'uns, but they's calm, not the crying or yelling sort. Won't give us away to the soldiers. I'm not rich, but whatever I've got I'll give. In fact, I'll take on debt and go in someone's service, anything, as long as it gets me out of Velen. Please, someone, hear my plea, Radost. It's like, they all sound exactly like this, and then even their text is written to, you know, their notes on the message board in town is written to sound this way. I don't know, it's just fun.
What are you looking at?
Missing wife. Yeah, I know this one. Wild Talk. Ah, thank you so much. That wasn't Irish, that's my point. It very much wasn't Irish. Okay. It was very certainly an English accent.
It's really...
yeah. But pointedly also a non-existing English accent.
American shows and things where they're doing Irish accents regularly mix up Irish accents and like West Country Somerset accents.
Yeah, the Pirates of Penzance thing.
Right, so like Samwise Gamgee, like there's a like West Country accent.
I can't carry the ring, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you.
But Americans like putting on Irish accents regularly, like end up doing that or like a Scottish accent.
Look,
or,
I'm
like,
American. You
really
expect me to understand
mix.
other people? No, but I will give you a word of warning that calling English things Irish or vice versa is deeply, incredibly offensive to Irish people because of the hundreds of years of genocide we've done on them. So, I'm not telling you did a, you know, I'm not expecting more of you before this point. Maybe just from now on.
People don't know the accent, so.
No, I know. It's just like.
Get in trouble.
One from either side. Cavalry swooped in from the wood. A wall of
I used to get
infantry
Irish and
marched
Scottish
from the
accents
swamp.
and stuff when I was a kid.
I think kids doing anything is whatever.
Yeah.
My brother cried when he saw a very dark-skinned black man for the first time when he was a little tiny baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like people, tiny babies can do anything. It's fine. It's just a.
They can. Like certainly with repeated exposure to Scottish and Irish accents, which other people aren't getting. That is the difference. When I was practicing the Toss a Coin to Your Witcher song yesterday, it was like, yeah, 'cause my dad's Welsh.
Yeah, and Joey Beatty Jaskier in the show, who wrote the song, who sings the song, is also Welsh.
Yeah. So it was like you can bring your make use of your like ability to do Welsh accents with the song. So I ended up like practicing it, singing the whole thing in like a really strong Welsh accent.
That was fun.
Step away. Chaplin's praying. Can't you see?
It wasn't that England refused to help in the Great Famine, it's that England caused the Great Famine. The Great Famine was caused by the British Empire demanding Irish farms give all their produce to feed their colonies instead of feeding themselves. It wasn't just a lack of help. Although, you know, that would be pretty shit on its own.
Whoa there, Roach. Giddy up.
Oh, another notice board already. What? I lit the torch instead. Okay. Watch what you say. The trees have ears. A note just titled, Warning. Oh, the innkeep. Yeah, I'd probably be able to buy more Gwent cards here. Interesting. I'm just going through that bit in Witcher where you just, in Witcher 3 specifically, where you just take on an absolutely fucking absurd number of quests, and then like you slowly work through them over the next like month.
Goes by Hendrik.
What you want with him?
Want to talk to him.
What about?
Give me a bottle of something strong.
You gotta go. I'll open the back way for you.
Got company. Who is it?
Innkeep. Vodka.
Well.
Who's this?
Brave warrior looks like. Got two
I've only got one.
see?
Oi, great boy. What's the point of having two swords?
One's
Wonder
for
if he keeps an extra
one's
prick
for
in his
monsters and
trousers
one's for
too.
men.
You fucking deaf? Gonna say who you are? Or do I need to loosen your tongue with me knife?
Why are these guys such creeps?
I'm
They're
a
just
witcher.
aggroing some random
Heard
dude
you
in a
wondering
bar.
about my swords. Well, one's for monsters, The other, for humans. Only got one prick, though, in case you're wondering about that, too.
Don't touch him. Don't even look at him. Worse than lepers, that lot. Saw one in action once. Killed a half dozen. Blood everywhere. Freak didn't even show a drop of sweat.
Got the stench of corpses on him.
If you want to rest,
This
come with me. On the
this
bench.
ragtag band of little bandits, two Brummies and a Geordie just riding together.
There's the bumpkin with what looks like his
Wonder
son.
where they're from.
That's on the pretty
They're
side,
fun.
I think, of himself. I say probably disguised his dump.
You stink of dead men. Get
Ooh.
out.
See if I can get in a fight with these guys. I don't think I probably can. Just bewitch them all and then kill them.
Form a row!
Aw, beans! Playing again in New Game Plus has made them all into, has made it all into, all the like basic bandits are like level 40. It's really funny. Alright, let's go for 18.
That sucks. I would hate that.
Yeah, it's alright.
I feel like,
I mean, yeah, to some degree I am like, I wish that they would make a distinction that like, New Game Plus cheese mode, where like you retain all your privileges and the game is the same.
yeah, because it's just like, well, you've already played it. Do you want the same challenge again?
Well, it's like New Game Plus is like starting out, you know, you get to have like, if you've got a cool sword that's like cosmetically cool or whatever, it's like, but yeah, you know. I guess this is happening. I'm just gonna eat some bread. Oh, what's going on with that, bro? Oh, yeah. No, he's
I really like the music in this game. It's really cool.
It's really fantastic. I'm really glad they like took heavy inspiration when they did the show.
Yeah. It's like,
you any idea what the power
Yeah, it's fantastic.
of this butchery?
That like very Highland sound. That's like choral, but like really high pitched and like, yeah.
Where's
Great.
Hendrik?
You deaf? Understand what I'm saying?
But yeah, but like not in the way that like church choirs are, but in just this
Your
really
Baron's
kind of
no
like,
idiot.
I don't know,
Seriously
wild
doubt he
sounding.
thinks
It's just
you
great.
locals cut his
You hear
men
some of
down
that in
to farming
Midsommar as well.
implements. Now where's Hendrik?
Thank you.
Man lives in Heatherton,
Don't know where that is.
other side of the hill. Looked that away this morning, saw a strange glow. Imperials on the raid, perhaps. But who knows?
Anything else you can tell me about Hendrik?
Odd fellow. Arrived from who knows where and for no apparent reason. Shacked up with a widow whose husband was stabbed for a scrap of bread.
Baron's men don't like strangers.
Aye, he stays out of their way. Always seems to know when they're coming. Always manages to disappear.
I should make the picture of you with the sword the new like intermission loading screen.
Man in the village.
No need to worry about me.
I'd rather you not make any more trouble for yourself and for us both.
I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it.
Jesus.
Jesus. All right, one sec. Let's go onto the intermission screen so I can sort it out. Maybe I'll replace Bernie. No, I'll replace Chris. No, I don't want to replace Chris. All right, we're replacing Bernie. You had a good run, huge body Bernie. But now it's time for the reign of tiny sword wife. It's extremely good. Yeah, that works. Like that. Yeah, it is. That's the idea.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
I think it might have changed Chris to be you as well. That's unfortunate. That's quite unfortunate, actually.
No.
Oh, I know what's happened. Hang on. Okay, I know what's happened. It's changed the wrong source. It changed the text "will be right back" into you instead of changing the background bit into you, which is obviously what I actually want. There we go. That's the good stuff. Just obviously what you want, isn't it? Alright, it's still being a bit shit. Move the "be right back" bit down. There we go. Now that's good stuff. Okay, and now back to the videos, James. Me when I see my friends.
Wouldn't mind a drink. Show me what you got.
Oh, that boy has Gwent cards. You know that boy has Gwent cards. It's Gwent time, baby. It's Gwent time.
Bloody Baron. How'd he get that moniker? There a story to it?
A time ago, when he was still in the army, some Blackens had holed up in a dye works. Baron and his men were ordered to take it. Others might have bided their time, starved him out. But the Baron's an hasty one. Attacked straight away.
I don't know what's the
Blackens surrendered.
I don't know what's the weird, like, janky problem from the Anglicization. Geralt getting called whitey by people, as if it's meant to be like racism against whites, but it's actually just people commenting on his unusual hair, or them referring to the Nilfgaardians who exclusively wear black as the black ones, or blackens, or blacks. It's quite troubling.
Baron's not from around here, right?
He's Temerian, but from other parts. Folk say he deserted along with his company. Showed up here one day with his...
That's quite funny. The Baron is Temerian. I didn't pick that up on the first time through because I didn't really know the lore. But Foltest is the old king of Temeria before he was assassinated in the games. And Foltest is incestuous, a massive creep, really abusive, and has a bewitched offspring, the Striga. And the Baron is like all these things except for being literally incestuous, as far as I can remember. But like, and he does read as a complete copy paste of like them just xeroxing Foltest for because they clearly like the Striga story a lot. Like, I mean, it's the what'd you say, the intro video in Witcher 1, like the one that plays when well, if you leave the menu too long, it basically plays as a screensaver. And so they clearly really like the Striga story. So it's kind of interesting that they, then just did this very obvious photocopy of it, basically. Really want a decoy. Commander's Horn too. That's a good card. Do not want poor fucking infantry. They are garbage. Garbage card. Trash. Okay.
Oh my god. The Redanian foot soldier is strength 1 with no special effects? What the fuck? Who wants that? Okay. Alright. I think it's time to go find out where there's some Gwent players around here. So obviously want Zoltan in your deck. Like you can't not have Zoltan. That's the boy. He's the boy. Oh, beans.
What have you done to our boys? All together.
Oh, beans. Oh, you little fucker. They killed me! Oh my god. Well, that blows. Oh, that really sucks. I just added to my Gwent deck. Should have saved. Oh no, but what really fucking blows is how long it takes to reload saves in this game. God fucking damn it, I forgot about this. Alright. Don't worry everyone, we'll be back to the game in about 2 years. Jesus Christ. I still can't believe that about Smudboy commenting on my video. So magical. Hey, check out this video I made. Abby's muscle mass is unrealistic in the narrative of The Last of Us 2. And I just tweeted, no, Smudboy, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Also, like...
No, Smudboy, I don't think I'll be watching that video. Thank you very much.
He put in the comment to you as well, like, you can see from her training regime.
You don't see her training regime in the game.
But then what? I was thinking, like, unless they're showing you, like, how she trains every single day.
I highly
or
suspect
she has the same training regime every single day. Why would you say this?
Which most bodybuilders don't have the same training regime every day. By the way.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Wouldn't mind a drink.
But, you know, to be fair...
Sorry, it's making me strongly suspect he hasn't played the game, is what I'm saying.
Right. But I want to be fair, like, just like how...
And balanced.
If they don't explain how force fields can let ships through...
Thanks. Farewell.
but not air, in...
Star Wars Last Jedi.
Star Wars, then, you know, you can only assume that they can't do that. It's like if they don't show her actually working out her arms whilst she's living in the gym,
right?
Then you have to just assume that they've magically appeared and she's probably just been doing like running or something.
Because women only know how to do running.
Yeah, or like rowing.
Right.
You know, your arms get a bit bigger, but not like that. That's unrealistic if you're not working on your arms specifically. And if they don't show her doing that, even though she lives in a gym, you can only assume that that's not what she's doing.
Can I just mount any horse? Yeah, it's just silly. It's just silly. It's just really, really silly. That's all it is. It's just incredibly silly. It's like, okay, it's like there is a school of film criticism that, you know, believes characters are doing whatever they were last shown doing until you're given an update. This is useful for examining things like cliffhanger endings, where people are stuck somewhere, because it means that they are kind of there in perpetuity, like characters from, you know, Jean-Paul Sartre's, is it Jean-Paul Sartre? But like No Exit, you know, shit like this. There's school of film criticism that believes that, you know, and this is the much more layman's interpretation, things that you're shown that are small routine activities like brushing your teeth,
just occur in between the scenes, and you don't need to see them again if you've already seen them once.
Right.
There is no fucking school of film criticism that believes that if you aren't shown someone doing a bicep curl, then...
You can't believe it happens even though you're given evidence to the contrary, i.e. buff arms.
You see her buff arms, which means that
That's
know...
evidence that she's been working out her arms.
It's also like big buff arms, right? Like, when she also has quite a tight chest, right? Like, it would be pretty fucking easy to believe and figure out on your own, just off the top of, just off the dome here, just spitting freestyle, right? That she probably does a bunch of push-ups, because it's an exercise you can do anywhere you are. She travels a lot. She has big, tough arms, shoulders, and chest. So if you had to just like be a little Reddit creep and analyze her workout routine, it would be easy enough to just believe that in any scene that you don't see her, she's just doing push-ups all the time, honestly.
She's very determined.
You know she loves to work out. You know that she both worked out to build up to seeing Joel, and then worked out to relieve the stress after killing Joel. So it's entirely believable that she is just working out all the time when you're not seeing her. God. Of course there is. It's the YouTube objective film criticism lens, right? Right. Mauler thinks queer theory is when there are gay characters in a film. I'll say it a little slower. Mauler thinks queer theory is when there are gay characters in a film. And that's all the discussion that warrants. That is all the discussion that is worth. Anyway, there was a little note which is some foreshadowing to later in the game when you find the crones, which said, warning, if you see little treats hanging up in the forest, don't eat them no matter how hungry you are. Turn around and run away, because no one who's ever eaten them stays among the living. Good.
Okay.
It's good. And it's just like a nice, if you don't know about the crones yet, it's just like a nice, mysterious little thing, but it's also like recognizable enough because of Hansel and Gretel, right? So it's just like, you can absolutely just easily recognize it, but it's also very spooky. Like, oh shit. Oh shit. That is what's quite nice about the world of The Witcher, like, just because you can recognize stuff from fairy tales doesn't mean you
like dropping into a deep cellar
know what
on a
the
hot
implications
day.
are going to be for this story or the character or anything as soon as you encounter them. What's all this? Look for the agent called Hendrik in the village of Heatherton. I didn't mean to come here. This sucks. I hate this. I'm going to burn this doggo. Dogs are dogs, Stregobor. Oh, for the stream?
Yeah. It's a bit. It's gonna be a bit.
Dogs are dogs, Stregobor. Greater, lesser, middling. They're all the same. And if I'm to choose between a heckin' woofer and a good doggo, I'd rather not choose at all.
It's over.
It's good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I meant to be tracking the Gwent quest. What have I done?
No! Bunch!
Abby from The Last of Us should be buffer. No, she should be exactly as buff as she is.
Supposed to live in this village.
Fine. She should be exactly as buff as she's designed to be as a character. I just think that it's not. I don't think it's a bad hot take. Yeah, it's like no. I mean, I obviously get it. It's like we all enjoy Abby's huge buff bod. It's great. It's great. I just am so annoyed thinking about anyone, not them, obviously, sincerely thinking that she should be anything other than what she is.
Tell me what happened here, step by step.
As if, you know, I haven't watched enough movies where women are waking up with a full face of makeup on, or coming out of the shower with eyeliner on.
I was gonna reply this after I posted the comment on Twitter, our Smudboy's comment on Twitter, but like I've decided not to because it just didn't feel very worth it. But like, hey, feel free to watch my vid. Kratos' muscle mass is unrealistic for ancient Greece. As if anyone would ever make that video, you know? As if anyone would ever make that video. Like, you know?
Come see my vid. Nathan Drake is too good at jumping. That's unrealistic.
Come see my vid. Nathan Drake should have had the shit kicked out of him by Nadine Ross even harder.
Yeah.
Because she's like an...
Have you seen her muscles?
Because she's like...
his muscles.
Because she's like an ex-Mossad, like, incredible... Like, she's the one of the... She's like, in universe, basically the most trained fighter ever, essentially. It's like, why should Nathan Drake, cat burglar, be able to hold his own with her for a second, even?
Yeah.
Like...
Joseph.
Fuck. I forgot about that. Jesus.
That pissed me the fuck.
That was the worst bit. That's the worst thing I've seen Joseph Anderson ever say, actually.
And he was so mild about it. It was just like,
That's how he gets away with it. He's mild about everything. And that's how he gets away with everyone thinking that he's just like a nice, sweet, normal boy. But his opinions are garbage.
he's like mostly nice and sweet and normal. So it's just... Yes, hotter take girl should have a thick ass. He has a nice ass. We should get to see his bare ass.
We don't know about his ass. That's the problem.
I think you can see through the leathers.
Like in the heart of winter.
It's pretty nice. It could be thicker.
We should get to see it. That's the situation.
Never.
That's the realistic. That's the real take here.
Yeah.
We should get to see the ass.
Like they've got all those sex scenes and you never see his bare ass.
They deliberately cut away. It's so annoying.
Ridiculous. And then as soon as you see him, he's wearing little pants.
Ridiculous. Secondary quests, but we all know this is really the primary quest. And there's no quest marker. Garbage.
You permitted term thick ass.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Had to be permitted.
Joseph Anderson is problematic. No, it's not.
It's
we don't have to see everything in that lens either. Like it's just a. No, he's just an irritating centrist, and like he said that reading the Witcher books made him feel elf racist, like which is the most absurd reaction you could possibly have.
It does imply a lack of understanding of racism generally.
Honestly, it implies that he's the kind of person who would see the Black Lives Matter protests and complain about them.
Yeah, exactly.
So problematic, whatever. Like, yeah, if you're viewing him through the lens of a public personality, then yeah, that would make him problematic. But if you're viewing him through the lens of like an average centristy kind of dipshit who hasn't really thought about politics very hard, but sure thinks he has intelligent opinions, he's just very normal. Unfortunately, he's just very normal for a Reddit guy, basically. He did say some stuff that's genuinely like grinds my fucking gears, like when he said that Atreus in God of War was acting irrationally, and like when the 13-year-old boy whose mother just died is acting irrationally, and it's just like
I've witnessed more irrational behavior from my own personal family. Like,
I've witnessed more irrational behavior from grown white cis het men Joseph Anderson's age. In fact, a lot more of it, honestly. Honestly, claiming that a 13-year-old boy who's just lost his mother is acting irrationally is more irrational behavior than anything Atreus does in the game. It just is willfully refusing to acknowledge basic humanity, and that sucks. Ugh! Anyway. Ugh. Oh, the other one was that he said that Dwan, the elven word for human, in Witcher, is a slur. He said, kind of. This is what my point about him being, like, mild all the time, so nothing means anything, but
A Witcher.
just because he says kind of doesn't mean he's not. Yeah, he's just a boring lib. Like, he's just a very mild-spoken, boring lib who, like, yeah. He just has a bunch of shit opinions I hate, and I'm sure he's very nice, and would probably even be open to hearing counter-arguments and rethinking his shit opinions, but he just reeks of, like, someone who hasn't had those opinions challenged, and it sucks.
Understand you have a contract for me.
Oi, it's my brother Mickle. Been
I
a
thought he
week
said
now since
Mickle,
he took the
not
women of
sorry, I thought he
Bellows
said
into the
Pickle, not
hills.
Mickle.
Women of Bellows.
It's my brother Pickle.
Bellows were a rich village. Till
I
the
turned myself into a pickle,
Lord
Bruno.
was cleared out. All the
I'm
men
Pickle Mickle.
Women were
Funniest
left to
shit I
fend for
ever saw.
themselves, without food nor shelter. No one wanted them. Redanians wouldn't let them into Novigrad, so Mickle took them to the old mines, get them out of the rain at least. And I've not had word from him since.
All right, I'll look for your brother. How will I recognize him?
Shouldn't be hard. He was the only lad in a group of women.
Corpses aren't always in a condition where I can determine the sex.
Corpses? Take it back. They got lost is all. But, if worst comes to worst, well, he had calfskin ankle boots, work of Master Claus. Told him not to wear him into the hills, he'd only ruin him. But he was so proud of him.
Think I know enough. Thanks.
Yeah, so basically Joseph Anderson is usually just, like, quite mild and uncontroversial, and hey, he has a nice voice, so you can just listen to him for hours and hours and convince yourself that he believes whatever you believe and is a nice, lovely, nice boy. But it's just like a few of his opinions are incredibly shitty, and a few of those are actively harmful, IMO. Which, like, ones that would seem to be, you know, nothingy to begin with as well, like elf racism. Whatever, it's just fictional, it's just, they're elves, who cares? But it's like, no. It's like, the construction of the books is to clearly show you why, like, minorities wanting the right to self-determination, or even hating you for oppressing them, is reasonable and fine. And so if you come away from those books being like, I came out of those elf racist, it's like, wow, that sucks. That's very bad. Ooh, oh boy. Ooh wee. So look at me, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't call him, like, I wouldn't go for his throat calling him problematic. I'm not trying to take him out. But like
as that accusation is wont to do,
move
problematic,
it. Right.
Isn't it? No examples, just
yeah, exactly.
This person is problematic.
You just
Why?
you just say on Twitter, like, I don't know, Joseph Anderson's a bit problematic, and people just like fill in all the worst conceivable things.
Joseph Anderson is over party.
Joseph Anderson is over party.
No, I think like, because you're planning to talk a bit about his discussion of The Witcher in your video, and I'm really looking forward to it because, like, he does give the impression of someone who cares a lot what people
I really deeply hope he will listen to my points, and take something positive away. Absolutely, like, but it's just at the same time I do have to be a little bit harsh, and he also does kind of strike me as having the very, like, cishet man quality of, like, if someone gives you gentle criticism, you take like deep umbrage. I can, like, imagine a way around where I would be like, yeah, viewing The Witcher like this makes it into the most boring conceivable version of itself, and I don't even know what you would like about The Witcher if you seem to view The Witcher this way. and he... Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know a different way of saying that.
Right.
I don't know a nicer way of saying that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
like,
I know what you mean.
The Witcher...
But
Okay, no, let's pause for a second. The Witcher books are anti-centrist. Actively anti-centrist. If you're a centrist, Andrzej Sapkowski said, fuck you to your face. Like, if you read those books. And if you came out of those books still a centrist, which I was elf racist kind of implies, then I don't know what you got from them at all. And to depoliticize the story of The Witcher would be to just suck out the soul of it and anything honestly worthwhile. Like, just... There would be nothing left if you were to suck out, like, the SJW and political messaging of The Witcher. Like, there is nothing to it besides... Like, what is it then? Just a very, very run-of-the-mill fantasy series. Like, honestly. Hey, Jolly Jelly. Yeah, so.
I am sure you will find a very amenable way of putting it.
Anderson makes the most cluttered and stupid reviews I've ever seen. He plays half a game and writes a 10-page essay in one draft. I don't think that's fair. Okay. That is going for the throat a bit much. I'm gonna say his videos do get really messy and disordered, and they, you know, he considers a mild verbal only, no visuals joke to be a very special treat. But like,
that's so sweet though.
But for example, to say he plays half a game isn't fair. He clearly plays the games over and over and over again. Like, out of anything, he clearly does, like, dedicate time to, like...
To the extent where I've seen, like, that... Was it Witness video?
Mm-hmm.
The puzzle game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I shouldn't have bothered. It seemed to make
right,
me really mad to not enjoy this game.
He really hated The Witness, and he played it right the way through to the end.
He felt insulted by it.
And then, like, past the fake end, and then past the second fake end, and, like, really all the way through, you know? He really, you know...
It's like, play as much as it's fun. It's like making yourself unhappy. Jesus.
Yeah. He doesn't play games on their level. That's an interesting statement. But yeah, I just don't honestly know what you even like about The Witcher if you don't like.
I mean, you do, because, you know, there's loads of people who like The Witcher who...
Let's go!
Don't...
No, I mean, okay. No, I mean it. Can you hang on, please? Like, just hold up a second. I mean it. I don't mean you, Joseph Anderson. I cannot imagine you, Joseph Anderson, enjoying the version of The Witcher that you perceive. That's not true. I can imagine that completely. I don't see anything likable about that version of The Witcher. In the slightest. That version of The Witcher? Garbage. Just garbage. But just, you know, I've inserted, like, mild things that aren't framed as critiques of him, but are just corrections to things that he's said that I think are incredibly stupid, that are just straightforward rebuttals, just factual. So I've said, like, free will versus determinism isn't a theme, it's just a narrative device that's used to explore bigger themes. Stuff like this, you know. I've just said stuff like this, you know, and it's not meant to attack him. But yeah, legit. Like, if you're a centrist or whatever, I don't see anything at all likable about what you think The Witcher is. Legitimately. It's like, really seriously. And this is the really troubling part of it. I'll get to this in my Witcher games vid, Witcher Mania Part 2, the Ballad of Horny Geralt, right? Joseph Anderson's interpretation of The Witcher I'm not saying is the same as. I'm saying doesn't disagree with the Golden One's review of The Witcher. Factually, what The Witcher actually is completely different. And the Golden One is living on the moon. Like, the Golden One's review of The Witcher and an interpretation of The Witcher is gibberish and deliberately twisted to suit his fascist ends because he's a white supremacist creep. But Joseph Anderson's depoliticized understanding of The Witcher, Dwan is a slur, just doesn't disagree with anything the Golden One says. Like, it doesn't challenge any of the intentionally fascist messaging that Marcus reads into The Witcher. And that's, in my opinion, really fucking troubling. Because anyone who's played the games... Right. Anyone who's played the games, read the books, or even seen the show, should know, honestly, that the people who make the games, the books, and the show would find Marcus to be a repulsive slug. So if your stance on the...
Well, he knows about the show because it's got people of colour in it, and so that's why he won't watch it.
Right, that's true, yeah, fair. But so if your understanding of The Witcher doesn't disagree with Marcus, you haven't understood the game. Like, you haven't understood the game, the books, the show, the franchise at all, honestly. Because
someone's got a pass.
To understand it, you would have to be actively challenging his fascist bullshit. Right.
Who ordered the city gates closed?
Really hoarse.
Word is the king
Let me
himself.
abstain for like 4 hours.
Oh, speaking of that.
Pissing all over his beautiful city. Apart from which, when folk can go hither and thither, always a chance some spy will slink through. This way, spies got it hard.
Do you want to go listen?
So, no pass.
Does everyone want a treat? Are you worried about it?
Yeah,
you don't want people hearing.
Yeah, like really bad.
Well, why don't you tell everyone what it's going to be?
Singing or something.
Why don't you tell everyone?
You know, did a cover of Toss a Coin to Witcher today.
Change screens so there isn't game audio coming through anymore?
Okay. Intermission?
Yeah, it'll do.
Whoa, oh my god, it's my stupid fucking face.
Well, turn that one off. Make that invisible. What do you do?
Which one's the oh, there's this one?
Go on intermission, but then hide your image.
Image 1?
That there. No. Next one up. Yep. And now go hide Chris as well. Beautiful.
Okay.
Transition.
Ah.
Okay.
Slightly complicated.
You nailed it. You're a genius.
Oh my god. I hope I get a certificate for managing that.
Press the PS button on the controller as well.
Okay.
Okay, I hope this comes through the microphone, okay, everybody?
Okay. We'll know if it's good enough if your channel gets a copyright strike.
We'll know if it's good if Natalie stays sitting over there. If you guys see Natalie get up, then she'd come over here to tell me to switch it off quietly.
I just walked away in shame. I'm just like, I can't listen. The music is done by Molly.
Molly Noise.
That's a good name. Who does music for Sarah Zedek's channel.
I saw her email address today, and I realized that she's actually her name's actually Molly, the Gaelic spelling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Nice. But her brand name is Molly, just the English spelling.
They're pointing out that the Twitch still says we're playing Silent Hill 2.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, what happened was I was putting in the Twitch details, and it when I went to click go live, it comes up with a little dialogue to pick the category, make the stream title, and send your tweet.
Yeah.
and instead of hitting the go live on there, I hit the go live that brings up that dialogue,
Right.
and so it refreshed everything and reset all the categories, and I was really pissed at myself.
That's really annoying.
And I thought I changed everything again a second time, but clearly I forgot.
You look so
bastard.
nice in these glasses, by the way.
Bastard.
Bastard.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Here we go.
It's not a phase. Dad said we are spiritually playing Silent Hill 2. I see it's a horrifying experience to listen to my singing. Is that
Wow.
what you're saying?
Wow.
That it's a truly
Fucking
terrifying and
owned.
soul-crushing experience.
Incredibly owned.
To listen to my singing right now.
When I raced right along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. When the whip falls, I slowly tumble down. Tell me your bells and who's today? They came up to me, the masterful deceit. Broke down my lute and they kicked in my teeth. While it was arms, minced our tender meat. So great the witch, he can be bleed. Toss a coin to your witch, oh, valley of plenty, oh, valley of plenty. Oh, toss a coin to your witch, oh, valley of plenty. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you, brings you to more. He first every elf, far back on the shelf, high up in the mountains, from whence it came. He wiped out your pest, got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity, so give him the rest. There's my elf tale, and champion great. He defeated the will, no poems and mail. Toss a coin to your richer, valley of plenty, your valley of plenty. Oh, toss a coin to your richer, friend of humanity. Toss a coin to your richer, valley of plenty.
There's an alt version. Do you want to hear it?
What's the alt version?
What's wrong? You suffering?
It's really nerve-wracking. Oh, stress.
Everyone seems to be enjoying it in chat.
Okay.
Raced right along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. When the whip fought, I still
I think that's better.
I like this one more.
Because I'm clashing with the vocal line a little bit.
They came up to me, the masterful deceit.
Everyone in the chat's loving this.
Thank you.
While it had its horns, minced
That tender meat, so cried the witcher, he can be bleed.
toss a
Coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, whoa.
Toss a coin to the witcher, valley of plenty. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you, brings you to more.
Yeah, this one's a lot better, I think. Because I was feeling stressed about the timings of things as I was like.
Far back on the shelf, high up in the mountains, from whence it came. He wiped out your pest, got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity, so give him the rest. There's my elf tale, a champion great. He defeated the will,
suffering so much. I'm sorry. This sounds really good.
I think it's generally good. There's a couple of spots where I'm like, oh, that's such a good bit, and he screwed it up. Oh.
You're wrong about that.
Okay,
The ending's amazing.
the ending's alright, so I'm happy with that. Okay.
The ending is more than just alright. The ending is amazing. So, jot that down. Mind this for me? Just,
Yes, please.
Just take care of that for me.
I was wanting to hold the sword already. How did you know?
Oh, I should change the category then.
The timing, I got the timing of that wrong. I held on the note too long. I spoiled it.
There we go. I've updated the category now. Should say the appropriate thing now. That's good. Good. Yeah, I mean, a fundamental problem with, like, this is something that's wrong in video games. It's not wrong. It's hard to work around in video games. You empathize so much with the player character, usually protagonist, that you end up thinking they must be right about everything, and it takes a lot of work to show when someone's wrong. And so when someone's subtly wrong, it really doesn't play.
Yeah.
And so, like, Geralt, who in the books is subtly wrong about a lot of stuff.
What kind of path?
Well, a normal
issues them.
Yeah, in the books, Geralt's subtly wrong about a whole fucking ton of stuff. It's like, well then.
Yeah. On the other hand, they do kind of get around that in the game by literally just having multiple characters monologue at you the messages of the game.
Which is also true in the books. the reason Zoltan is the boy is that in the books and the games he just shows up and tells you what the themes are, and which means he by necessity must be a very cool guy. Because, like, he gets it where other people do not. Shit, what have I done? Oh, my sword. De-equip my sword every time. Egypt. Camoran armor? Pretty good. Must be wearing Witcher gear to use dye. I am wearing Witcher gear. The hell? I am wearing Witcher gear though. What the hell? The stonks. Dang it.
I've sung songs for like
I'm gonna
3 of your vids.
Gonna directly research how to use dyes. You did the Adele cover. You did a cover of Evangelion. Now this.
Yeah, I think Evangelion might be my favourite one so far, but maybe that's just because I got enough distance from it.
Possible. I think Molly is only halfway through producing that. That's not the final version. And I think you're probably going to like the final version a lot more.
That's fair, because there were some bits in it that were quiet.
Yeah, exactly. I think she probably just needs to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. And she also said that she's very open to feedback. So, like, you know. Also, I'm going to need her to produce an alternate version anyway, because I want the public version of the video to have a dip in the middle of the song where you have no vocals, so that I can just do my outro. And during my outro, I'll be like, if you want the full version of the song, go to Patreon. So I need her to produce more of it anyway. So you know, like, and I think
just have,
if
like,
you have,
repeating.
but if you have specific gripes, like, you can just tell me, and I'll pass them along to her. It's fine.
Not really. I mean, I only stuff that I expect.
I mean gripes with your own audio. I'm not saying like, you know, if you hate her, I'll tell her for you. I mean, yeah, like feedback, things you want changed. That's fine.
Yeah, maybe the other.
I'm more on the tone deaf end of the tone deaf perfect pitch scale. I'm much more on the tone deaf end, so I do just trust your
Take it easy.
judgment if you want to change something about the song. I'm very happy to change it to, you know, pass on to Molly.
Yeah, the stuff that's stressing me out. Around timing and stuff.
Well, she can change that too.
The timing sounds a bit better,
Well, I'll definitely pass along that this is the one, but that's the better version. Oh, everyone's already dead here. They're already dead. They're already dead. They're already dead.
Come on.
Fuck. I'm already dead. This is because I was repeatedly saying earlier that it's just basically a very large and expensive butter knife. Like, it's not strong, it's just stainless steel, and it's like not been sniffed. Like, it is just a very large and expensive butter knife.
I mean, what would a regular sword be made of?
Well, a regular sword could be made of steel as well. That's not the issue.
Right.
It's that a regular sword would be smithed, and the smithing makes it like tougher, you know. Yeah.
A deserter.
Yeah, it's not the issue of it. It's not it being steel is really the problem. Yeah.
It's a yondrain
Cute.
If I ever have a son, I'll name him.
Aw.
Hey, Super Dark 33.
Howdy. I feel like there's a guy around here. I can't.
What are you doing? Heard of the Flyhead Brigade? You're kind, sir.
I thought there was a merchant of some kind around here, and oh shit. No. I thought there was a merchant of some kind around here, and thinking there was a merchant, I thought I'd be able to play Gwent with him, but I'm now not seeing any Gwent opportunities, so off I ride into the sunset.
One false move and you will regret it.
Did you see Joe Biden saying that arsonists and anarchists should be prosecuted?
Whoa there, Roach.
It's just this kind of liberal thing. It's just this kind of liberal thing where you don't understand what the fuck you're saying because you're a fucking moron.
Anarchist is a political identity.
Yeah.
So can you
But
get around to the KKK
but
first?
let me be clear about this. Like, a political enemy of Joe Biden.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So actually, you're saying I will prosecute, I will
my political enemies.
imprison and, you know, punish my political enemies. Very cool. You know this guy's the anti-Trump. He's the solution to Trump. He's the got to get out there and vote, everyone. Oh my god, did I get shot once and die? Fuck! I knew that guy was. I knew that band was really tough from the first playthrough, but Jesus Christ, they're way harder on New Game Plus apparently. Fuck. Ugh. But that's what I mean, though. It's just like, he doesn't actually mean anarchists.
No, he means...
He doesn't know what the fuck anarchists are. He
means
coincidentally,
people doing property damage.
he accidentally means some people who are also anarchists.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like...
He thinks he just means people doing property damage.
Yes! He thinks anarchists...
Getting in fights or whatever.
Liberals use anarchist to mean nihilist.
Basically, yeah.
Whereas actually...
Potentially dangerous nihilist.
Someone was pointing this out, like, anarchists are the people at protests who are bringing first aid kits and handing out bottled water.
Yeah. Structured response.
Because anarchists are actually people who care about society and the people in it, as opposed to Joe fucking Biden. And, yeah. Jesus Christ. It's just so infuriating. It just so plainly comes from a lack of understanding of anything at all. Joe Biden. What are you doing?
Making bread.
Really? Already?
Making bread, baby.
Has it risen already? I thought you were doing that method where you leave it to rise like 3 times.
You leave the water and flour
Uh-huh.
to fuse as it's auto-rising for like an hour.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I've done.
Yep.
And then you like add the starter and knead it and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then you leave
That's
it
it, Roach.
in the fridge overnight. Or like, you leave it to rise the first time, then you shape it, you leave it to rise the second time, then you cook it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saw someone say Trump was an anarchist. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's just, you're just using it to mean nihilist. And it's like, in actual fact, a lot of fascists are nihilists. Like, honestly, a huge majority of nihilists, if we're being real,
Faster.
are fascists. So then you end up calling fascists anarchists, and it's just like, that's just... You're just showing that you're politically completely illiterate. Just like, hi, I'm Joe Biden. I'm the politics cretin. I know nothing. Nice to meet you. I literally know nothing about anything, Jack.
That's literally gonna be the majority of people.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. And they should be... And they should be fucking purged, and they should be ousted, and they should be replaced by people who understand that we totally can live in a post-scarcity society today if Jeff Bezos could be fed some French sliced bread.
Go, go.
Who would win?
Whoa!
This is the meme. Who would win? Literally Lex Luthor but less cool, or a big slicey boy?
Come on, Roach. Rally to me, boys.
Is nihilism bad? Well, okay, so the only like real extant form of nihilism, like Nietzsche's philosophy, is fascist. A lot of people will then tell you like Nietzsche's philosophy was adapted by his sister who loved Nazis, so you can't really know what he thought, and it's like, well, then he thought something other than Nazis, but Nietzschean philosophy as we know it is fascist as hell. Like the striving to be the Ubermensch, the will to power shit, it's just the basic underpinning of fascist ideology.
I feel like it. I don't know much about it. it sounds like, you know, nihilism can be personally useful in moments, but trying to build a political, like...
It's more like Nietzsche had valid observations. Like, God is dead and we killed him is fine. Yeah, I don't know. I've got Nietzsche's aphorisms on love and hate, and like, he has some aphorisms that are good observations and handy. But like, it's a little like the problem of revolution without parallel power structures. It's like his good observations are that the world is corrupt and bad and garbage, and all of our moral structures are socially constructed, and nothing is objective or absolute at all. And then he doesn't build any kind of framework of caring about people in the meantime. So he just blackpills everyone. And what are black pill people? Fascists. Like, fucking incels. Fucking Elliot Rodger. That's what you get out of nihilism. It's just, it's not... Yeah.
But if you have that healthy support structure around it as well, like philosophical and actual, just literal.
If you can use Nietzsche to point out, if you can use Nietzsche's philosophy to point out to someone that the world is not, if you can use Nietzsche's philosophy to turn someone away from being a liberal, good for you. Yeah, fine. Arguably, you could do this with a solid fistful of other philosophers just as well.
Yeah.
I was saying the other day about Thomas Aquinas. It's like if Thomas Aquinas wasn't religious and wasn't speaking within the frameworks he was speaking within, his observation about the hierarchy of moral laws is very good, and is along much the same lines as Nietzsche. It's like laws are constructed by people and are therefore not a moral guideline and are completely fallible. Where Nietzsche goes, so that's a good. Actually, here's a really good one. Right, the Holocaust was legal. Resisting the Holocaust was illegal. Slavery was legal. Hiding runaway slaves was illegal. Right? Thomas Aquinas would say that above that law, you then have natural law, which is just a kind of might is right, like it's just a survival, basically. And then you have divine law, God's morality, this objective moral underpinning system in the universe, right? And it's all about discovering what that is, right? It's all about what God really wants. And that's honestly better. Not better philosophy, just better as a message for people to hear than what Nietzsche said. Because Nietzsche also said that human laws were flimsy and socially constructed by people, and that beyond that there's natural law. And then he said, beyond that there's nothing, because God is dead and we killed him. And so if there's only human laws and they're flimsy and nothing, don't worry about it, and then natural law, and this is where you bring will to power, then anyone who can inflict their own morality upon anyone else, their morality is the divine law. Their morality then is all that exists. And that's how you actually end up with the Holocaust being legal and resisting the Holocaust being illegal. Because a bunch of people inflicted their will to power, right, on everyone else. Their morality became the human law system. Again, Nietzsche's philosophy, in terms of philosophy, I think is better, but in terms of messages that people need to hear... Sometimes people just need to be nice Christian boys who read their Bible. Sometimes.
What's going on here?
Sometimes.
Why
That's
isn't
all.
anyone putting that out?
We want it to burn. Got it? Piss off, or we'll fry you along with that fucking elf!
there's a third way out of
Oh,
this
Christ.
situation.
Oh, this is bad. This is a fight that it took me ages to pull off successfully. Shit. Can I save? I can't save because I'm in combat. This sucks. Oh, God. I'm gonna get shot once and die right now, you know. Oh my god. I know there's a guy with a crossbow around, and if he hits me, I'm just dead. I guess I'm a utilitarian, I just want the least amount of suffering for people. Well, yeah, sure. There's also problems in utilitarianism, like Sam Harris calls himself a utilitarian, and then he does that fucking thought experiment
I think
where...
that's a problem with Sam Harris.
Okay, but I'm just gonna say there's a problem with the moral ethics of utilitarianism, where like you do this. It's moral calculus basically, where you justify other people's suffering because it causes less suffering for other people. Sam Harris has that thought experiment where you nuke Iran to save the rest of the world from suffering, and all the people who died, their suffering is sums to less than the good caused by it.
Just like, how much of the world is Iran supposedly causing suffering to that just nuking Iran would
It's nonsense.
create less suffering? Like, what
Well, it inherently buys into American imperialist propaganda that says that Iran is the greatest exporter of terrorism in the world, where that is not true. A different country is the greatest exporter of terrorism in the world. Spoiler warning, kids. It's America.
But even in terms of Islamic terrorism, like Saudi Arabia.
Yep,
inspired
absolutely.
more Islamic terrorism.
Absolutely. Even in terms of Islamic terrorism.
And who's their biggest like enemy in the Middle East? Iran. Like.
So fucking ridiculous. There's plenty of good utilitarianism too, to be fair. I'm not just down on utilitarianism.
Jeremy
I'm just saying it has some problems.
Good old Jeremy Bentham was like one of the main boys, right?
Yeah. The main boy, actually.
Yeah.
The first boy of utilitarianism.
He was well they called him the spiritual founder of UCL.
Such a strange thing to say.
Faster.
Because?
Details don't matter.
What's going on here? Why isn't anyone... There...
He gets to retire as the founder of UCL. I'm just remembering your Gavin McGinnis then was like retired as the founder of the Proud Boys.
Yeah, right, absolutely. Sorry everyone, this bit's going to be really frustrating because these bandits are really hard to beat, and the reload time takes forever. It's just a whole problem. It's awful. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm a Zoltanist. Whatever the philosophy is that Zoltan espouses in the third Witcher book, that's what I believe in.
Okay.
Zoltan Chive, he's the greatest philosopher. You're a Bogdanovist. Hell yeah, I'm a Bogdanovist. Absolutely. That's good. That's good stuff. Someone in chat saying they're a babyist.
Yeah.
They believe in the philosophy where they're baby.
I love it.
Um.
Whatever philosophy means everyone gets fed.
Yeah, it's like exactly, and then when you say something like that, it sounds like you're a utilitarian. But it really comes back to that thing I was saying the other day, where it's like I just think that it's bizarre, strange little men who just define themselves as being a somethingist their whole life, as if that's like every thought they ever have or whatever. Like, you know, I can kind of believe it for someone like, you know, when you have this picture of who like Aristotle was or whatever, and you think about like Plato debating virtue ethics and what the virtues are and how to live them and how to experience them or whatever. It's like, yeah, I can believe that you know, you could call someone like that a virtue ethicist. I can believe that Kant was a Kantian ethicist. Like he did believe in the stuff he wrote about, mainly because, you know, he spent all his time writing about that and, you know, not seeing people. Like, you know, he had a very, you know, relatively secluded life, didn't really travel, just wrote about that, didn't experience much, and it's like, yeah, I could believe that dude.
Yeah,
didn't.
And it's like ultimately most like fairly nice normal people will like want some kind of utilitarianism where they're like, okay, everybody just gets what they need. If that would be cool.
Right, but I think that.
But
What's
then,
going
you know,
on
they're
here?
crazy with it.
Why isn't anyone?
But I think there's a, you know, I think there's, it's, so one thing I was saying the other day is it's way easier to define yourself by the things you don't believe in. So for example, like recently I've had you know, I've grown quite giddy for anti-naturalism. Like, but I'm not philosophically an anti-naturalist. Like that's not like my belief system, you know? But like, I think it's worth your while, like, exploring what it is you believe. Like, I think utilitarianism is a handy framework to lay down in the meantime when you're trying to, like, you know, figure out policies or something. You're like, how do I, it's like, okay, ideologically enforced policies ignore material reality, right? So, like, privatizing things that it doesn't make any sense to privatize, that's ideologically enforced policy, and the ideology is neoliberal capitalism.
What if your ideology is paying attention to material conditions?
Right. Well, that's the kind of thing I'm saying, right? It's like arguably only utilitarianism creates policies that pay attention to material conditions consistently, because in every case where you're paying attention to material conditions, you are setting out a goal and then only doing the things that achieve that goal.
Yeah.
And that's utilitarianism, right? That's pragmatic, right? And so in the meantime, it's useful to lay out the bare bones, the skeleton of whatever you're doing with utilitarian philosophy, with utilitarian thinking rather. But you may find that everything you're doing meets a pattern, and you could describe that with some kind of philosophy. Maybe. It's easy enough for me to say I'm a feminist, but like, am I don't know that that's philosophically, am I a feminist? Sure. But like, again, that's something that's more to do with like the real world and the change I'd like to see in the real world, and not like a system of ethics that I think believes in, that I think exists.
Right, because what is feminist changes with context.
Absolutely, right. Philosophically and morally, you know, I'd say I agree with like Camus, that like the universe is uncaring and absurd, and you should, you know,
just do your best.
Live with that knowledge constantly. That's what I think, you know.
I think you should definitely ignore that knowledge sometimes.
No, I think you should live with that knowledge constantly, and then this is where
just like underneath.
This is where Zoltan Chiveism comes in. You should be nice to people. Because trying to counter that in any meaningful way is just spreading yourself too thin until you're a fine a fine pink slime.
What's going on here?
And
Why isn't anyone
so the only really useful thing you can do is just to be nice to the people around you, unless you have more power in society, in which case you should obviously do more. Like, obviously. You should join any union you can. Join any and every union you possibly can.
Some of them are a bit shit, but you should definitely join your local renters one.
Hegel's dialectics underpins most progressive philosophy, and so is therefore good. Hegel's dialectics applied to real life is ass. Hegel also believed that, like, history swings back and forth before settling in the middle, which is just gibberish. Yeah, ultimate centrism. Philosophical centrism. Right. Terrible.
What's going on here? Why isn't anyone putting that out?
Have a good ween.
We wanted to burn. Got it? Piss off, or we'll fry you along with that fuck.
There's a third.
Oh, Christ. Let's get this right this time. I'm so annoyed that I did the best the first time as well. And I'm dead. Unfucking believable. These guys, did you see this? Like, literally, it's one hit kill right now. Oh, Christ. Actually, the dirtbag left is when you love Karl Marx and you hate women. What is the dirtbag left? I actually still don't know. It's when you love Karl Marx and you hate women. I'm not kidding. It's it's become a floating signifier. Matt Kreisman used the word, invented the term rather, on Chapo to define the kind of leftism that he believes in, which is rooted in material conditions. But like, the opening statement of it was already incredibly vague, so it's not tanky light. So it became incredibly vague right from the off, because it was just like this. They basically gave this speech where they said, like, the dirtbag left is when, like, you sleep on the floor and you're poor and you work in the gig economy and stuff. That's the dirtbag left. And they basically just meant millennial poor people who are leftists, as opposed to like the Marxist academics of like the previous generation. which is fine. That's fine, but because it was so vague, it became a floating signifier, which immediately came to absorb all the shittiest behaviors of Chapo and the people who also identified as the dirtbag left, i.e. saying slurs. So it quickly became a thing for the people who defended saying slurs and argued against people trying to tell you to stop saying slurs as like a waste of time that is counter-revolutionary and blah 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 and a bunch of nonsense. But like, unfortunately, that just stuck, and then there were people who were identifying with it who agreed with that stuff, and then it's even worse. Right, and then beanbag left is a joke I've made recently about like wholesome intersectional leftists who are deliberately countering that and recognize that, for example, feminism matters. You're a beanbag leftist. But it's just like you absolutely, like, obviously you should have your analysis be rooted in material conditions, and obviously you should actually care about poor people, but you should also care about minorities. That's not that hard. That's not that much of a step, is it? Weird. Call myself beanbag left.
Out of this
cool.
Situation.
Hell yeah, more beanbag leftists. We love to see it. Oh no! Fucking hell. Oh, I didn't actually die that time. That's fucking cool. No! No, you fucking piece of shit. Oh my god, I'm sorry about this, guys. People who believe in materialism. I mean, I believe in materialism. Every leftist should believe in material analysis. It's a completely ridiculous... That's exactly what I'm saying. It's just so vague and pointless. Like, it's just such a ridiculous, absurd distinction to try and make. It means nothing, and that's how you end up with a term that everyone hates. Like bread tube. Right? It just becomes a term that everybody hates because no one has a clean definition of it. Oh yeah, I started getting stuff delivered to my like with my actual with my name now. And
We wanted to burn.
so like answering the door in like crop top and like stretchy high waisted slack pants, and then having the guy deliver my sword, and like he had to like scan the label, and he was like, Eric Sophia McAllister. I was like, that's me. That was a time anyway, is what I'm saying.
There's...
No, you fucking piece of shit. Oh my god. It's like, I honestly think that, like, you know, Chapo were like well-meaning when they tried to define the dirtbag left. They were just trying to vibe with like what their like aesthetic was, and this kind of mood of like being kind of punk or whatever, right? And they're just like, yeah, it just got out of hand in a very bad way. That's all. On the sword spectrum, are you closer to sword lesbians or sword straight guys, or neither? As a lesbian who owns a sword,
Faster.
I'll let you make up your own mind. But there is a correct answer.
What's going on? There's a third.
I just realized that every time here, what I'm doing is I'm saying there's a third option, and then I immediately start dodging because I need to get distance in order to do axie properly. And so like, it's me going, there's a third option, and then running away.
You'll never learn.
Oh shit. What the fuck, man? Oof. Oh, it's not something I mentioned. It's not like a label I'm super like into. I'm bi and non-binary, and so it's like, I'm one of these fringe people who's the subject of a lot of debate. So I don't bring it up all the time. It's just, no, I wouldn't say I'm closer to the straight man end of the spectrum, It just seems like a silly question. Gotta go fast. Yeah. Witcher Sonic crossover when? Maybe I should just come into the fight with Axie already equipped. That would make sense, right? Kind of wasting my time with that. And then I should use Quen as well. That would be good. Hey, gorgeous. How you doing?
I'm good.
Let's go.
Okay. Shadow the Witcher. Oh, now we're talking. Hello.
What's going?
We want it. Hit.
Nice. Shadow 2, Time of Contempt. Time of Contempt actually fits very nicely for a Shadow the Hedgehog title, honestly.
odd do it? Can I do it with odd? There you go.
Run. Fast.
Get out of the burning building. You kidding me? Oh, cool. As soon as I go in, you run away. Nice. Talk. Victim. That's not actually how I define myself, so... Don't just believe in this leftist victim mentality.
What was this about? Why'd they want to burn you alive?
They came to rob me. I refuse to betray where I keep my valuables, so they
The intro FMV from the first game still gets me going. From
and
Shadow,
set
yeah,
fire to
it
the
rules.
Probably counting on you being swayed. Though I doubt they would have let you leave.
Shadow
even
2
if you
Season of
talked.
Storm's also good. Yeah, that's fair.
I've yet to thank you for your aid, Vatgern. My coin lies concealed in a hollowed
For that
out
matter, the
stump
blood of
behind the
elves?
house.
Pretty good.
Take what you wish. It's dangerous to possess too much in these times.
Thank you. Farewell.
What's that hollowed out stump? It's not that, that's a whole tree. Dang it. Oh wait, I can like Witcher sense it, can't I? I'm pretty sure. I remember Witcher censoring it before. That's a bush. That's also a bush. Okay, just a lot of bushes. I'm just detecting a lot of bushes. Unhelpful. Very unhelpful. Wait, it was right there? Maybe. No, that's not it. Please read my erotic fanfic, Shadow the Hedgehog in the Tower of the Swallow. Nice. There was a Chinese takeaway near where we used to live called Swallow House. That was pretty magical. It was really good too. We went there all the time. because it was just really tasty food. But it's like, hey, do you know any takeaways you can recommend? No. Oh, I ran through some fire. That was a mistake. Probably shouldn't have done that. Is that a bear? Oh, that's a bear. Did I do it? Yeah, I killed the bear. Big chunky boy too.
Whoa!
I haven't taken a break this stream, so I'm probably going to end at 1/2 in about 25 minutes, because I'm just, like... Okay. But I haven't taken a break, and I'm just, like, burning straight through it, so, you know, seems fair, I think. You know... I've done a good bit of riding around aimlessly this stream. Maybe next time I'll more pointedly go and talk to the Baron
on purpose directly. Poor bear. Oh, come on. It's The Witcher. We can't do the thing where we're all sad because the video game animal died. It's not. It's The Witcher. This is like the whole game. You kill animals. That's kind of the thing. That's...
But it is sad. It's meant to be sad.
Yeah, it's meant to be sad, but it's not. It's like a Twitch trope. You know, you kill animals and then like everyone's sad, and it's just like.
You killed a million people.
Yeah, exactly. You murder human beings and nobody fucking cares.
Right.
Mhm. Codger's Quarry. What a great name. How do you run over a bird with your horse in Breath of the Wild? I've never done that. Also, do you kill it? Is it harmed anyway? Or do you just like occupy the same game space? Did I just bewitch my own horse? Okay. Sometimes it just be like that. They just turn into drumsticks, that's funny.
Your kind spreads disease, defeatism and desertion.
Not so fast, Roach.
What's going on here? Oh, shit. Can I talk to anyone in here, or is it just a weird ignoring me settlement? Are there any codgers in Codger's Quarry? You gotta assume so, right? Kinda hopefully. Oh.
Sod off.
Oh, very nice. Oh, my bad. Wow. Rude place. Not coming back here. Well, I would leave if I could. Come on. If I whistle enough, my horse will spawn. There we go. Nailed it. Why isn't she coming to me? She's stuck in a tree. Okay. Classic.
Whoa!
Geralt's just really impressed.
That's it, Roach.
Lovely weather. We're sitting in the barracks.
7 cats in. Oh yeah, I know this place.
Not so fast, Roach.
This is like where you go to start the Tucson quest, I think.
Wanted. Cradle, used but unworn. Need a bow to accompany me to a friend's wedding. Willing to trade a leaky pot for a cart? Writes these notices. Need a witcher?
Any bloke willing to kill a monster, what you would do.
Monster? What kind?
Big, bad, ugly.
Oh, this is the Hearts of Stone one.
If you're
Okay.
interested, drop by the Garren estate. Ask for Olgierd von Everek. He's the one ordered this posted.
Alright. Alright then. Oh shit, it says the quest is deadly? How high a level is it? 70? Fucking hell. Wow. New Game Plus is wild. I think first time through that quest is like 25 or 30 or something. That's funny. Alright, pals, I'm really tired and I'm too warm and I'm gonna wrap it up for now. It's been really fun, but I didn't take a break earlier, so I'm just tiring out at a rate of knots. It's been nice. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll do another Witcher stream next week. Friday evening, more Maneater?
Cool.
Cool with you? Okay. Friday evening, more Maneater. Hope to see you all then. Bye-bye for now.
See ya.